Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 photos to test if you're a genius. You may be good at math or English at school, but being intelligent is very different to being a genius. These photos pick up on things like your perceptiveness, logical thinking, and thinking outside the box. So count up how many you get, and at the end I will reveal if you're a genius or not. Before we get started, leave a like and subscribe, and comment I subscribed and I'll try to reply. Coming in at number 10, we have Top View. This photo tests how your brain views objects and dimensions. First, look at this image of a bunch of messy stacked cubes. Then look at these 4 images marked A, B, C, and D. To pass this test, select which of the 4 images is the one which would be the view of the stacked cubes if you were looking from the top. Remember, the shape may have been rotated, so give it a good think. Did you work it out? If not, the answer was B. This is because if you visualize this shape from the top, the only colors that match up are on B. If you got this one, then your brain is good at visual awareness and spatial perception, and be sure to record 1 point to add up at the end. Next up we have spirals or circles. Take a look at this image. Then simply answer whether the shapes that make up the image are a load of spirals or circles. It may seem obvious one way or the other depending on how your brain works, but give it careful consideration. If you didn't already get it, the answer was these are circles. The image is an optical illusion created as the circles are made out of squares, distorting how your eyes see it, and of course how your brain decodes it. If you got this right, then your brain has a good sense of geometry and can decrypt optical oddities. And according to the person who made this illusion, your brain and eyes work well together, rather than clashing like some people's brains and eyes do. If you didn't get this, then you don't get a point for later, but don't worry, it is a tricky one. Next up we have fruit math. You're probably used to doing a math equation with numbers. For example, 2 plus 2 equals 4 or 4 plus 4 equals 8. Well, this equation is a little different, and it's very hard. First, you have to know that 3 apples equals 30, 1 apple plus 2 bananas equals 18, and 1 banana minus 1 coconut equals 2. So, now that you know that, what is half a coconut plus 1 apple plus 1 banana? This one may take a while to work out, so pause it if you want to. Or if you don't even want to attempt this difficult equation, just keep watching. The answer is half a coconut plus 1 apple plus 1 banana equals 15. If you got this right, well done, add a point. If not, then the way to do this is to establish that 1 apple is 10 because 10 times 3 is 30, and 1 banana is 4 because 10 plus 4 equals 18, and half a coconut is 1 because 4 minus 2 equals 2. 10 plus 4 plus 1 is 15, so the answer must be 15. Next up we have prisoners and hats. This is an example of a critical thinking question. It is tricky, but impressive if you get it right. Picture this: 4 prisoners are caught and need to be punished. The judge allows them to be freed if they can solve a puzzle. If not, they will be hung. The 4 prisoners are lined up on some steps. They're all facing in the same direction, but a wall separates the 4th man from the other 3. So, man 1 can see man 2 and man 3. Man 2 can see man 3. Man 3 can see no one, and man 4 can also see no one. The prisoners are all wearing hats. They're told there's 2 white hats and 2 black hats. The men initially don't know what color hat they're wearing. They're told to shout out the color of the hat they're wearing as soon as they know for certain what that color is. Which prisoner shouts first, and why? Here's the answer. Since there's only 2 hats of each color, man 1 is able to deduct his color if man 2 and man 3 were the same color. However, in this situation, man 2 and man 3 are different, so man 1 doesn't shout. Man 2 doesn't hear man 1 shout, and deducts that his hat is the opposite color of man 3 and shouts. Add a point if you got this right, as you're great at thinking outside of the box and problem solving. Next up we have how many triangles. This one has very straightforward instructions. It not only tests your critical thinking, but also your ability to think outside the box. Take a look at this photo and count how many triangles are inside the photo. You must pick from one of these 5 options: 9, 12, 10, 11 or 13. This may sound easy, but don't rush and take your time. How many did you count? Well, the correct answer should have been 13. Why is this? Well, most people likely said 9, counting all of the triangles inside the large triangle and counting the large triangle itself. But look a little closer. Inside the triangle, the smaller triangles actually make up 3 more medium-sized triangles. This is one tricky image that is solely made to fool you. So if you got this one, congrats! Next up we have man or woman. Have you ever seen someone and wondered whether they're a man or woman? Well, prepare to have that feeling again thanks to this photo. Here it is. Now, do you see a woman looking away or a man with a mustache looking down? If you saw the woman looking away first, then you think clearly and simply. But your brain can easily be led and manipulated by illusions and optical perspectives. If you saw the man, then you think less linearly, and this is to your advantage as you're good at weighing up situations and thinking outside the box. Even though this is sort of an optical illusion, if you saw the man first, you're said to be more intelligent and you should add a point. Next up we have name the color. This trick may seem simple at first, but it's harder than you think. Take a look at this image and name the color of each word. Now, did you say green, blue, red, or red, green, blue? If you said green, blue, red, then well done, you're a logical thinker. If you said red, green, blue, then you've been tricked. You were told to read the color of each word, not the word itself. This photo plays with your brain as it's used to naming. The photo makes your brain contradict itself, and therefore many get this wrong. So if you were correct, go ahead and add a point. If not, don't worry, there's still plenty more points to be had. Coming up next, we have fish tank. At first, this one may seem complex as it involves some math, but don't worry, all will be explained soon. And you don't need any math for this test, just have good critical thinking and thinking outside the box. Here's the puzzle. 10 fish are in a tank. 2 drown, 4 swim away, and 3 die. How many fish are left in the tank? This may seem simple, but it's tricky. However, try not to overthink it too much, as doing so could also get you the wrong answer. The answer was 10. All 10 fish will remain in the tank. How? Well, firstly, fish can't drown, so 2 must still be there. The fish are in a tank, so can only swim away to another part of the tank, meaning that 4 will still be there. And the remaining 3, well, if fish die, they'd float to the top of the tank. This is a really annoying and tricky test, but I hope you got it right. Next up we have find the mistake. This image tests how perceptive you are. It may seem simple, and really it is. But as you know from the other photos on this list, simple doesn't always mean easy. Take a look at these colored numbers. Now find the mistake in the photo. Remember to look carefully. Did you find the mistake? Most probably assume that the mistake was within the numbers or the colors. But no, the 9 numbers are perfectly correct. And the colors follow a pattern, that being the colors of the rainbow. So what's wrong with this? Well, you should have actually been looking at the text. The eagle-eyed will have seen that the word the is written twice. If you got this right, add a point, as you're perceptive and have good eyes as well. Next up we have What Am I? This intelligence test photo comes in the form of a riddle. It's super simple once revealed, but many people have a tough time working it out. Here it goes. People buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I? Did you get it? Most people think of food when they hear this, but this is not food. The answer is actually a plate. People buy plates in order to eat, but of course nobody eats plates. You'll be surprised how many people actually get this one wrong, despite it being rather simple compared to the others. You can even have a go at making your own version of this question to trick your friends. Despite this riddle seemingly being so simple, the answer is actually quite hard to achieve. This riddle is so simple but baffling anyway, so if you got to this, then you're a quick thinker. Now for the points tally to test if you're a genius. If you got 10 to 8 points for right answers, you're a genius. If you got 7 to 6, then you're very smart. 5 to 4 means you're average. 3 to 1 means you're a little slower, but still pretty good. And 0 points means you might need to take a nap, or go back to school. And that just about wraps up this video. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote for your score. But as always, thanks for watching, check out some more videos on screen right now, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe.